Built to close your week strong and start the next one smarter. Here's what you missed from this week's Friday Focus on KGCI Real Estate On Air.
Hello everyone, this is Izumi Tanaka with Home Green Homes Podcast. Today I have special guest Denise Braun, and she is a president and co-founder of All About Waste. And first of all, I want to ask Denise about your background. I know you're from Brazil, but I just want to know, I always ask my guest about how you end up in this space. You know, like we could be doing all different things, and how you became a specialist in the waste, right? So, Denise, tell me where you came from and what's your background?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me here. I admire your work you've been doing in the green building industry. Um, and I appreciate the space to talk about waste because there's not enough
Yeah.
channels or conversations or opportunities that I see around waste. So thank you so much for making this space.
Thank you.
So my journey started back in Brazil 20 years ago. But actually going even further back, when I was 9 years old, I was on my beach house near São Paulo, because São Paulo is not on the beach. You need to kind of travel like an hour to go to the beach. And there was like a huge flood. And all I remember was waste flooding in with the water, with the flood, and that traumatized me. Like it really made such a huge impact in my life that stayed with me. And then then my parents moved to another house, and they bought a house that was one of the largest sustainable development. It's like a district. I think in entire Americas, definitely in the South America. It's called Riviera de São Lourenço. And that area, it really was very interesting because back then didn't have LEED or anything like that. This is like 30 years ago.
Right.
But they use all the ISO 14001 as a concept to develop this district. And they had, for the first time, I experienced living there and all that. They have recycling in Brazil different than the US. We have, similar to Japan, we have different waste streams for the different materials. And on top of that, they hire local jobs to sort the waste. So they have like a MRF, what we call like a material recovery facility, without robots or anything like that. It was totally manual. And the money from that, the sales, the recyclables were coming back to the community. So really that shaped my personality that, this again, it was on the beach, and there was like so many other things. They have like green corridors and all that. And I started looking at sustainability in different lenses and like really like leaving that, right? Then I graduated psychologist by training, and I started working with human resources, a large editing and publisher company in Brazil. And then one of my clients, I call her my angel, gave me a book one day, and she said, "You need to read this book." And the book is The Natural Steps. It's an old book for the young generations who are watching us now. But it's one of the first books that actually translates sustainability to businesses.
Oh, wow.
And it's really cool because the majority of the book, it's case studies. So they give you a principle, a concept of sustainability, and there's like, this is how IKEA implemented this. This is how General Motors, whatever it is, implement this concept. And I read the book in 1 week, and I closed the book and I said, that's it. That's what I want to do. I want to work with sustainability. I want to work with waste. I knew waste was something, reading the book, and with all my life, I always was worried about waste. I didn't know there was a work that could translate to indirect working with waste. So then I got my first job in a large engineering company in Brazil who was doing the first lead projects in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And they need somebody to track and monitor their construction waste of all the lead projects that they
Wow.
were doing.
Yeah.
So that's how everything started, and I never stopped for 20 years.
Wow.
So yeah, this is a little bit of long story short of
Yeah,
how
I'm
it
sure there's
started.
a lot of small little wonderful stories in between. And so tell me about waste. This is a business that you started. And
Yes.
what I can kind of see where how it came about, but tell me about the genesis of All About Waste.
Yeah, thank you. Um, so All About Waste, it's a minority-owned consulting firm
Hmm.
um, focused on zero waste and circular economy solutions,
Hmm.
specifically for the built environment,
Hmm.
all the way from operations, building operations, different type of building operations, all the way from data centers we've been working with, distribution centers, tech companies, multifamily buildings, multi-tenant buildings, and so
Hmm.
on,
Hmm.
to construction buildings. So design and construction. How can we apply zero waste concepts, initiatives, and circular concepts and initiatives in the design and the construction of a building
Hmm.
to promote this, you know,
Right,
for the companies, for the developers, the investors,
right,
and the community.
right.
So that's what we do. We've been very grateful to be the world leaders of the True Zero Waste certification, which is the same certification owned and managed by USGBC, the U.S. Green Building Council.
Hmm.
I say it's like a friend, like a cousin or a sister of the
Yeah,
LEED
yeah.
certification, right?
Uh-huh.
Definitely is the only certification in the world that focused solely on zero waste for
Uh-huh.
the built environment. So we don't have homes yet. I would love to work in a single family home
Yeah. That would
on that, but we don't have that yet.
be.
We just certified the first True for Construction site in San
Hmm.
Francisco. It's a biotech campus.
Wow.
This is Marina. I can share a link to you. You can share
Hmm.
with your
Yeah,
audience.
yeah.
Um, so we've been leading the True certification in the world. As I mentioned, we have literally projects all over the world. In India, we have commercial interiors pursuing True for construction sites, but we certified last year a large campus in Dublin pursuing True for operations. We have projects all over the United States. We have projects in Brazil. We have projects in Dubai. It's
Wow.
everybody, unfortunately, generate waste, and
Yeah.
everybody needs
Hmm.
a
Yeah,
waste
yeah,
solution to
yeah.
eliminate waste. So
Amazing. I'm just so inspired by what you're doing. And so
thank you.
how long ago did you start the All About Waste?
Uh, it's a good question because I started All About Waste when 8 years ago,
Uh-huh.
and it was like I don't understand why I did that, but I do kind of do. So I got pregnant, and 8 years ago, and
Uh-huh.
I had my son, my baby,
Hmm.
and I I was encouraged very much by my husband, who was like, Denise, if you want to, because for almost 20 years, I've been working for a consulting firm or engineering
Yeah.
firm who was able to give me some space to talk about waste, but not the space I needed to
Right.
really make the transformation that I could see,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
for us to do. So he's like, just use this opportunity. You want to stay at home and stay with your son here in US for the the moms and the
Yeah.
parents who doesn't have kids
Yeah.
yet. We don't have maternity leave. Very different than the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And I was able actually to get 3 months of maternity leave, and then after that, I left my consulting the consulting firm that I was consulting for, and then I opened All About Waste.
Wow.
Well, I think it was a decision about like seeing, having a bigger impact, like the impact that I want to see, and at the same time trying to stay a little more with my family and give the mother support and the time to my son.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. You've done some amazing things
Thank you.
in that short period of 8 years. Yeah. So the reason that I was really interested in talking to you was, of course, what you've done with All About Waste is, inspiring and impressive, but I'm just curious how you implement that in that personal life, because I myself struggle with, like honestly, I go to
Yeah.
Trader Joe's and buy my groceries. Everything
I
comes
love
in
Trader Joe's.
plastic. Everything in plastic, right? And each time I am replacing something like toothpaste for not toothbrush, for instance, or I stopped buying saran wraps, and started to use some silicone, food covers and stuff like that. But there's just no way that I can eliminate plastic in my life. So I just want to know how you do it. Do you have any specific method that you use in your life, or how are you doing with waste reduction in your personal life?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's funny because yesterday I was invited to speak in a school in a city nearby where I live, and it was my first time actually speaking, because normally when I speak, it's like I talk to like tech companies
Yeah,
and
right.
like the clients or the
Uh-huh.
industry we work with, and not necessarily, you know, uh, students
Yeah.
or like
Right.
on a more personal level, right?
Yeah.
So, and I thought it was very cool because so they invited me to speak exactly the subject you asked me, and I
Mm-hmm.
love the fact there was like so many teenagers and young adults
Mm-hmm.
attending the
Mm-hmm.
the event. So
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely some you can feel that this movement it's
Yeah.
getting more traction.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think, to be very honest with you and very realistic, I don't expect, and I think that's very, very important for us who works with sustainability for
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so many years, and we live this is our work, this is our
Right.
life.
Right.
I think it's important for everybody to understand that nobody's perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't need a bunch of like few
Mm-hmm.
perfect people. We need a bunch of everybody
Right.
trying their best
Right.
or trying somehow.
Yeah.
So that's my main message, I would say. I'm
Yeah.
not perfect, even that I'm obsessed with waste and obsessed like reducing my waste and all
Right.
that. I love Trader Joe's. I do shop at Trader Joe's. My son, I have a kid, and like I was just telling you yesterday too, like one of the things that drives me insane is Halloween. And
Uh-huh.
Halloween in the United States, we
Yeah.
give like thousands of candy. My son gets a bag
Yeah.
full of baggy. All that candy is literally trash for us and trash
Mm-hmm.
for the environment.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm not gonna like stop him
Right.
doing Halloween because he's inserting this culture and all that
Yeah.
because of my awareness about waste. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to be flexible. It is
Right.
important
Yeah.
to that. I think um, my two things that I always say is like, for everybody, you as a consumer, us as a consumer, we have an enormous power to
Mm-hmm.
make the transformation that we want to see.
Right.
Um, and one of the transformation as a consumer is selecting the right product, because
Mm-hmm.
the competitor who is not doing the right packaging, the right product, is
Mm-hmm.
gonna see that they're losing clients to the competitor that is doing more sustainable products
Right.
and produce and materials.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to change. He's only going to change because us as a consumers are driving that
Right.
change
Exactly.
by
Mm-hmm.
purchasing the right or the best material available for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second thing is be aware. Try to be aware. of things, like just you going to Trader Joe's and be aware that that is a plastic. And you know, there are a few things, like sometimes they do like something in an aluminum can or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and buy it, you
Yeah.
know, like, so be aware. It's like I think it's a huge step for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But what I do on the daily basis, I've been doing that for a long time, is always like, actually, there was a question really cool, good yesterday from a mom. And she said, if there was like, because I made my presentation and I organized by kind of the area
Mm-hmm.
in the house that you could focus on waste. So bathroom, kitchen, and laundry mainly,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right. Yeah.
And then she's like, of those three areas you brought it up, and I brought like samples of things that
Mm-hmm.
I have at home so they
Mm-hmm.
can see. And I'm like, I bought this at Target, I buy this at Costco, I buy this online,
Yeah.
and so on. So they can see that
Right.
it's feasible to do it. But she asked me, what on the three areas you mentioned, what is the most impactful one that you like? If you could start there, where do you start? And I would say
Mm-hmm.
kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to become zero waste or have a less impact, including for your health,
Yeah.
start in your kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So try cook less, choose your products, better products, like if possible organic, local.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a simple thing that I always recommend is like the dish brush.
Mm-hmm.
So like things like that, the soap, there's
Mm-hmm.
so many options. Even again at Target, I buy my dish soap at Target.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's a refillable one. It's called Grove
Uh-huh.
Collaborative.
Uh-huh.
They are a massive competitor of like traditional household
Right.
cleaning products,
Mm-hmm.
because they have
Yes.
everything, and
Mhm.
everything. It's very sustainable and
Right.
zero waste.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's possible, you
Yeah.
know, but I would say definitely if you want to start, if you want to focus on something, um, kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
compost your food, it, try to, as much as you can, to not sending material food to
Mm-hmm.
landfill, um, buy local, and try to buy bulky or refillable products and
Mm-hmm.
food and so on. So
Mm-hmm.
we're very privileged in LA and other cities too. You can go just Google like zero waste
Yeah.
store, and there's like even websites like a blog
Mm-hmm.
site
Mm-hmm.
where they compile a list of zero waste stores around
Right.
you.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
Yeah,
a good
I have
tool.
been going to a store where I get my dish soap refilled. So I bring
Hmm.
a glass jar, and I get it
Yep.
refilled each time I run out. And then like little things like shampoos, like, everything comes in plastic containers. So now I'm using the bars, like the solid
Hmm.
bars. What else I've switched the dental floss.
Dental floss, yes.
Yeah, right. So, what are your like, other than like looking at the Google, waste-free stores and stuff? Anything else that you can think of in terms of like, when you're purchasing food items that might come in plastic packaging or plastic bags or something, how are you managing that? Do you go to farmers market to purchase your produce? What is your practice?
Yeah, it's a good question. Food, actually, I think it's getting better and better.
Yeah,
To be honest, where I live, I don't have a farmer's market that I can walk. I wish I could live in Santa Monica
yeah,
and I could walk to the
mm-hmm.
like really good
Yes,
farmer's market.
mm-hmm.
Definitely, if you have the, like, I grew up going to a farmer's market in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it is it's a very traditional thing on
Mm-hmm.
Saturdays or Sundays.
Yeah,
At least my family, but I imagine like looking at other family too, is to go to the farmer's market and you
right,
spend like the morning there. And
right.
that's normally the moment I used to have with my dad,
Mm-hmm.
because he used to work a lot. And it was so cool because I experienced like you really create a relationship
Yeah,
with that person. you
Mm-hmm.
know. Yeah, I remember my dad is like, will talk to the guy and he's like, oh, I separated the eggs for you, or I separated the tomatoes, because he knew the client. That's we lack in the supermarket, right?
Yeah.
This connection, what the
Mm-hmm.
customer likes, and da da da, and so on. That in a farmer's market, you have that option.
Right,
So again, it
right.
goes beyond just the
Yeah,
waste. It
yeah.
goes to like the social aspect,
Mm-hmm.
the business. It's very important for those
Mm-hmm.
small
Mm-hmm.
producers to have the opportunity
Yeah.
to know their clients, to sell without having um, uh, a large grocery store
Mm-hmm.
behind, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my favorite, I know I've been doing this for a long time. It's a service called imperfect
Yes,
produce.
yes, I get them too. I use,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
they are amazing, and they got so much better now when I start ordering with them. So imperfect produce, for those who knows, it's a box
Right.
online
Mm-hmm.
that right now you can even select what produce. It could come all the way from meat to
Yeah,
eggs
yeah. Mm-hmm.
to lettuce and fruits and vegetables. You really customize
Right.
how much you want. If
Mm-hmm.
you only want a box of like fruits,
Yeah.
anyhow, it's really cool. And what I love about it, it's because they kind of rescue
Mm-hmm.
produce normally. That's kind of how they started, that you don't see in a supermarket, because the supermarket's so worry about how
How
aesthetics
they
and how
look.
it's
Yeah.
played,
Mm-hmm.
and so on, that it a lot, I think it's like 38% of the food of the United States that we throw away because
Yeah.
we don't eat,
Yeah.
either because of a restaurant or
Mhm.
because from the produce to the grocery store is not, they don't accept that, so they
Yeah.
throw away. They throw
Yeah.
like a beautiful ugly, or like
Right.
aesthetic,
Right.
carrot, because the carrot's not perfect. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, I want that carrot.
Yeah.
So I think, those services are great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and definitely farmers market
Mm-hmm.
have the luxury, because I think it's a luxury,
Yeah, I
walk
think
to
so
your
too.
farmers market, or
Mm-hmm.
to go to a farmers market,
Mm-hmm.
create that connection, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I
Mm-hmm.
really recommend. And then try to like Sprouts. It's a good supermarket. It has a lot of also options for bulky. You can
Mm-hmm.
refill like your granola, your rice, and you bring your own container.
Right.
I think Sprouts is very underrated
Yeah.
kind of supermarket. They're
Yeah.
doing really good. They've been doing a lot of sustainability
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And then, traditional Whole Foods and things like that. You
Yeah.
can buy in bulk and things like that. I would
Yeah.
recommend.
Yeah, but even those Sprouts or Whole Food, even Trader Joe's, like when I walk down the aisle and how they have to keep that shelves packed, right, all the
Yeah.
time. And I always like, do they all get consumed? You know, like the case
No.
of the vegetables, right? Like, they separate the ones that didn't look
Yeah.
good and, throw away. But how about those boxed items or packaged items? Like I always like, there's so many stores now that it's always fully stocked. And I
I
always worry about, where do they go? I mean, they're not going to all get consumed, right?
no,
Yeah.
no. Actually, there's a huge movement, especially in Europe and especially in the US, actually, that literally people that they're not homeless. They're like normally like young generation that live going dumpster diving
Yeah.
on, supermarket and
Mm-hmm.
groceries bins, dumpsters,
Mm-hmm.
and get their food there, because a lot of the food it's pretty good, or it's a buy or to expire.
Yeah.
There was supermarket that I think they do something like that. It's like called Smart and Final.
Mm-hmm.
The price is pretty affordable,
Mm-hmm.
and what I think their business development, it's pretty much like talking to either producers or other grocery stores and say, hey, your meat or whatever, it's about to expire, sell to us
Mm-hmm.
or donate to us. They probably
Right.
sell for nothing.
Right.
And then they put a profit margin a little bit, because they probably bought for like $1 a box of eggs. They sell for 3, and at normally, at Whole Foods you buy for 8.
Yeah, right.
So you have that option from some supermarkets. I worked before a little bit with the dollar. Not It's not Dollar
General?
1.99,
99,
9.99.
99.
Their business model is very similar. They collect a lot of materials that are buyer to expire.
Oh,
So
I
it's the
see.
port or things like that, like a container that's been sitting in the port, and it's about to expire.
Right.
They buy that for nothing, and then they sell.
Wow.
And then it's funny because I went to Europe for 2 months for work last year. And that's one of the things that shocked me a lot, because a lot of the supermarkets are smaller. They're like kind of local supermarkets. The shelves are smaller. There's there's, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 type of pasta or rice.
Yeah.
Here, everything is so massive. Like, why we even need, I get sometimes overwhelmed to go.
Yes,
That's why I like, to be honest, to go to Trader, because it's smaller.
Yeah.
Um, I feel overwhelmed going to Costco and all that. And that's, I think, the culture that it's hard for us who are immigrants to adapt. It's like, it's funny that, like, even the Europeans make fun of us, because they're like, oh, you go to Costco and then you need a bigger car to transport the
Right.
Costco
And then
purchase, and then you need a bigger house,
exactly.
big pantry to
Yeah.
put all
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah,
So
I know.
that's it doesn't happen in the rest of the world,
Right.
especially you don't have
Yeah.
big cars. When you go groceries, you take the train or the bus
Yeah.
or your bike.
Yeah.
So buy in smaller quantities. Everything
Exactly.
more, again, the awareness,
Yeah.
it's much bigger, and the structure make that type of behavior
Right.
be more aware.
Yeah.
If you're cooking a pasta, you go and buy the pasta before you cook, on
Yeah.
pretty much the
Yeah.
tomatoes, and then
Yeah.
or the next day. You're not gonna buy like a box
Exactly.
tomato that you buy at Costco, right? So it's
Yeah. So what do you, how, you are a mom, so you must have other mom friends with
Mhm.
kids. So what do you tell them? How do you put your message across to some of your friends or peer mothers and other parents?
It's funny because a lot of people um, think that I'm a waste police. So when they see me, they're like, if they have like something like reusable and all that, they're like, see, I'm using this. Or of the opposite, they're hide, or like, Denise, please don't say anything. I know this is wrong. So they're like kind of, they call me the police. And I
Yeah.
normally try to hold myself and not say anything, but
Yeah.
I think it's so, the message is so strong and all that, so that they
Mm.
kind of have that type of behavior. So it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things that I've been doing since day one, I started doing birthday parties for my son,
Mm-hmm.
is really putting a huge effort to do a zero waste party.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that being said, I do have like a lot of reusables in my garage
Mm-hmm.
that I keep for parties in general,
Right.
because normally my son is the only son, and he likes to have a lot of people in our
Mhm.
house at his birthday. So the last year we did like a party for 100 people,
Oh, wow.
and it was all reusables. I have reusable glasses for wine. I have
Mm-hmm.
reusable glasses for kids.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have, like, normally you go to like a kids party, they have like all those juice boxes. They're
Yeah.
terrible, the
Yeah.
Toyota pack
Yeah.
thing. And I'm like, nope, we are actually making juice here. So I bought like kind of a water dispenser, and I put
Mm-hmm. Right.
water. I have
Mm-hmm.
water. I have like juices, and I got I made so many like parties that I will talk to the catering, and I said, I have my dishes. I will bring it to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you bring, instead of like plastic or anything
Yeah.
like that, I will take care of everything. So that's something I've been doing. It's a lot of work,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so cool.
Yeah.
I feel so good, and everybody, I think the people that are in the party enjoy and feel like more, I don't know if it's respect, but they feel like treated differently than drinking
Mm-hmm.
wine in a
Mm-hmm.
plastic cup.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
actually drinking a glass, or
Yeah.
like a glass that looks like a wine cup. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I've been doing. I've been volunteering for my son's school,
Mm-hmm.
and literally every single opportunity that I have to, like, hey, by the way, in a gentle way, I think it's very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
I'm not better than anybody again,
Right.
or
Right.
I'm not here to change or anybody. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be very positive. That the message I want to bring with my work and what I do, it needs to be positive. And
Mm-hmm.
so I try to, when I have the opportunity, um, which I'm trying to be more, control myself more, to not, like, become like a discussion and
Yeah.
all that. Then yeah, I will bring some feedback, but I would say the best way, always, that's my philosophy, is your attitudes.
Right. Yeah.
So more than talking, do yourself. If you have kids, or if you want to do a party, a dinner at your home, don't sell on plastic
Yeah.
utensils.
Yeah.
Don't have plastic utensils. Please put an effort, show to your guests that, that's, I think, I admire so much about the Japanese culture, because there's all this, the ceremony,
Mm-hmm.
this, that, sometimes I think, especially with disposable things, we
Mm-hmm.
lose that
Mm-hmm.
connection.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
you're my guest. I'm receiving you in my house. I'm honored to have you in my house,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa, right? So I think that the ways to kind of translate that,
Mm-hmm.
the type of materials that you serve
Mm-hmm.
you have guests that translate a lot. So
Yeah.
attitudes, definitely.
So, what is your goal, Denise, in terms of? I know you have a very big goals with your business, but
Hmm.
in your personal life, what would be your ideal life look like if you were to eliminate as much waste as you can?
Um, I think again, my personal life and my professional lives are very connected.
Sure.
But my dream is definitely be on a higher level, have some type of influence with the government on
Mm.
policies, and um yeah, like some, I don't not necessarily I'm looking for it to be like a a mayor or anything like that, but be like a trusted advisor
Mm-hmm.
for the mayors, for the governor, and
Mm-hmm.
so on, for leaders that could really make a big change when it comes to, like, community and
Mm-hmm.
society.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely something um,
Oh,
I would like to do
yeah.
today.
Yeah. So great. I am so glad I got to finally talk to you. I've been wanting to do this for a long time.
I know.
Thank you so much, Denise. I know there's so much more I want to talk to you about, but I am running out of time. So I thank you so much, and tell us how we people can find you, Denise.
Yeah, so I have a LinkedIn page, Denise Braun. Braun, it's the German version of the color
Brown.
brown.
Yeah.
That you can see, it's Braun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so definitely LinkedIn, or my website, allaboutwaste.org.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably also one of the things that I would love to do. It's transform my business to a nonprofit, some type of institution that we can make more work with
Mm-hmm.
different communities and other nonprofit organizations.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much again for your time, Denise. I know you're very busy, and I'm really grateful that I finally got to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
This was Izumi Tanaka with Home Green Homes.